Picture this. You built a little app, and people love it. So many show up that the one computer holding all your data starts to sweat, slowing down, maybe crashing. You've got two ways out. Door 1, make copies of your data on more computers. Door 2, split your data across more computers. Both sound safe. Both are used by giants like Instagram and Discord. And both have a sneaky way of biting you later. Let's find out which door does what. Start with door 1, making copies. Imagine a popular library book. If only one branch has it, there's a line out the door. And if that branch closes, nobody can read it at all. So the library makes a full photocopy for every branch. Now, lots of people read it once, and if one branch shuts down, the others still have the book. That's the whole idea of copying your data onto extra computers. The fancy word is replication. It just means keeping the same thing in more than one place. Copies give you two lovely things. First, safety. If a computer dies at 3 in the morning, another copy quietly takes over and your users never notice. Second, speed for reading. 100 people can read from 100 copies at once, no traffic jam. For most apps, that alone is a huge win. But keep one thing in the back of your mind. Every copy still holds all your data, and there's usually one main copy that everyone's changes must go through. Hold on to that. Here's the first bite. You leave a comment, hit refresh, and it's gone. Did it not save? It did! But the copies don't all update at the same instant. The main copy got your comment? The copy you happened to read from was half a second behind, so it showed you the old version. That delay is called replication lag, and that out-of-date red is the #1 surprise copies throw at you. Usually harmless, occasionally maddening. Now the scarier bite. The main copy says, "Got it!" then instantly crashes before passing your comment to the others. When a backup steps up, your comment simply never existed. Gone for good. Worse still, sometimes two copies both think they're the boss and both accept changes. Now they disagree, and nobody knows which is right. This hit GitHub in 2018. A network glitch lasting 43 seconds left their copies out of sync, and cleaning up the mess took over 24 hours. Notice what copying never fixed. Remember that one main copy every change flows through? If a flood of people all write at once, that main copy is still the bottleneck. Extra copies only help with reading, not writing. And every computer still stores the whole pile. So what happens when there's just too much data for one machine, or too many writes for one to handle? That's where door 2 walks in. Door 2, instead of copying everything, you split it up. Think of a giant encyclopedia, way too big for one shelf. So you break it into volumes. A to H on the first shelf, I to P on the second, Q to Z on the third. No single shelf holds everything, yet together they hold far more than one ever could. Splitting your data across computers like this is called sharding. And that rule, A to H goes here, I to P goes there, is the most important choice you'll make. Get it wrong, and you'll feel it. Get it right, and splitting is powerful. Now you can store far more than one computer ever could. And because different people write to different shelves, their changes don't pile up behind one door. They happen side by side. This is how the biggest apps keep up when millions type at once. Copies couldn't do that. Splitting can. But splitting bites too. Picture handing each bank teller a group of customers to serve. Smooth, until one customer turns out to be a whole stadium arriving at once. That teller drowns while the rest stand bored. Even a fair split can't save you when one single thing is wildly popular. Discord hit this exactly. One huge, busy chat channel would slam a single shelf while the others sat idle. One hot item can undo the whole plan. There's a quieter bite. As long as you know the volume, finding a name is fast. But ask, show me everything across all the volumes, and suddenly you must visit every shelf and stitch the answers together. Slow and clumsy. And if you realize your splitting rule was wrong, fixing it means hauling mountains of data from shelf to shelf, live, without dropping a thing. Notion delayed this as long as they could, then admitted they probably should have split sooner. So which door wins? Copy or split? For almost every big system, neither. The answer is both. You split your data into shelves so it fits and stays fast. Then keep spare copies of each shelf, so if one dies, that slice is still safe. Every cook gets their own section of the recipe binder, plus a backup of just their section. Splitting for room, copying for safety, working side by side. Stacking them wakes the deepest trait of all. Picture you and a friend editing the same shopping list over the phone, and the call drops. Now you each face a choice. Stop until the line's back, so you never disagree, Or keep editing alone and fix it later? You can't both work freely and stay perfectly in sync while the line is dead. Every split and copied system meets this moment when its computers can't talk. Stay correct or stay reachable. Pick one. That's the famous trade-off called cap and the myth. It doesn't haunt you all day, only in the rare seconds when the connection breaks. So here's your simple map. Start small. A bigger computer gets you surprisingly far. When you want safety and faster reads, add copies. That's the default. Plenty of apps never need more. Only when you genuinely have too much data or too many writers at once should you split. Because splitting taxes every future question forever. And when you truly need both, split first, then copy each piece. Reading and safety? Copy. Sheer size and writes? Split. So next time an app feels instant everywhere and never seems to go down, you'll know there's a quiet trade humming underneath. Somebody chose which byte they could live with. So here's yours. If your project had to fail in just one way, showing slightly old data or going dark for a moment, which could you forgive? Answer that honestly, and you already know which door is yours.